So let's see if we get any further along. I have noticed, though, that since I restarted my computer, my GPU, my onboard GPU, is not doing anything. So whatever I did, I must have managed to take the load off of my onboard GPU. That should even possibly keep it from getting so hot. I'm hoping. We will see if things can stay cool enough by not having the load go there. Maybe it won't get so hot. I've given it some time to cool itself off, and we will find out now if I'm the only one that's going from hot to cold. But yeah, no, it's looking clean right now. I haven't done anything that seems to be able to get any data, get anything on there. Hopefully my maybe my OBS will even work better. Who knows? Because getting it to get its load from the GPU that can handle the load would be ideal. We'll find out. Let me know. Let me know if things look better or perform better. Okay, so back to where I was. I'm going to do a couple things. Let's see if I can get everything to run. Let's see. Whoa, that's not what I expected. Controls. That's not what I expected. Oh, am I in the wrong? Oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Never mind. See if we can get all my stuff working and not crap out. Look, it's like as soon as I do that, my frames drop. Not too bad though. They only dropped a couple of frames. Not drop, but frames per second. My speed. I'm holding up. I'm holding in the 50s. Hopefully I can stay in there, and we'll find out if I can keep things working. See if taking load off of my GPU will increase my performance too. I can still hear the fans cranking up though. But everything's running faster now for the moment. Things are loading. And we don't have any onboard GPU action, which is ideal. Now this doesn't mean everything else is going to be fantastic, but we are better for the moment. I still got pretty high temps. I still get up there into the 70s and 80s, and I don't know. I haven't been able to figure that one out yet. I actually got an error with my OBS saying that something overloaded or whatever earlier. So yeah, I haven't solved everything here. So my CPU gets really going. It's really working. I need to get me when I do upgrade my computer and get myself a motherboard with a processor. I'm gonna get me a processor that's got like a. Now I'm surprised that this doesn't have like. Aren't there like 4 cores? Why is this only showing 1? Yeah, it's got 4 cores. How come it doesn't show you all the cores running? That's kind of interesting. It just shows 1. So how much of your cores are working together? But I get pretty high up there. Hey Nintendo, how you going, man? Having some performance issues, so I decided to haven't tried. I actually found I noticed that my GPU, my onboard GPU, which I'm not using right now, was getting like heavy usage, and I was like, but my display's off. Well, apparently some apps will actually use your onboard GPU for whatever they're doing, processing and whatever. And I'm like, well, why is it doing that? I want all of it on my external GPU. And so I did that, changed it around. Now I can open up my task manager. Oops. Task manager. And I can go to performance. I see my onboard GPU is getting nothing. So that means now my external, my NVIDIA 3080 is actually getting all of the graphics processing tasks. So I'm hoping that means better performance out of my system, and not maybe it won't get as hot because the onboard GPU will be quiet. It's not getting any work. So that's my dream. But no, it was like I didn't realize that this was getting like between 40 and 80% usage on my onboard GPU without anything displaying on my on my laptop or on my tablet. I was like, why is it using that? And I turned it off. Okay, so let's go see where we're at with this. npm run build. Now there are still some issues. Same issues I've been working on for the last couple of days, although I'm making various types of progress. Each time I do, I break something else though. So it's kind of like I'm moving sideways in my progress. Which isn't too good, you know. Gotta try to start moving forward. Do I have my my port back? Yes, I got my port back. Yay, port's back. My port was orphaned, and it was just sitting there. Oops, I didn't actually run. I did, but how come that's... Oh, all right, well, whatever. I don't know how I ended up pulling this off. I must have accidentally grabbed it. Did something weird. All right. Streamer game. Click. Blow up. Explodey nut. All right. The above error occurred. What is happening? Game state is not defined. Okay, so here's part of what caused me some problems. I refactored names. Now this is it's not a no-no, but it generally causes problems. Just because. So you refactor names and things can get wonky. But I figured I'm kind of OCD, which has probably got its good and its bads. When I'm not heavy, I'm not like Rain Man OCD, but I'm OCD in the sense that some stuff just really bothers me, like bad names that are confusing, or like. And this comes a little bit from working with AI. Okay, so you ask AI for an assist, and AI kind of goes, okay, well, let's build this thing, blah blah blah, and it gives names to stuff. And AI has a strong tendency to even rewrite your code because it thinks its naming conventions are better than your naming conventions. And so I kind of have to, debate with, see, like game state. This is one of the ones that I changed. And here's the deal. I already defined game state in this app long before this game state existed. But the way the AI interprets game state is that it's referring to whether or not it's running, it's in progress. It's like you have a game that's running. Okay. But which makes sense. It does make sense. But I use it for more of what is the state of the game itself. And so I had to change it, because what it was calling it was, what was it calling it? It was calling it game state status or some goofy thing. It was like game state status. And then I took the uh, what was it? Oh, I don't know. But it kept having these variables that always said game state everywhere. And it's like, that's conflicting with the fact that I use game state in the actual processing of the game. And the game state is like, what is the current score? How much time is left on the clock? What's the current yard position? Who's got the ball? The score? All that stuff. That's the game state. And that changes every play, right? So every play, the game state changes according to what happened in that play. And then the clock's ticking, all that stuff. That's all part of the game state. Well, I had to change that. It was driving me bonkers the way it was using it and the way I use it, and it's both in the same system. And I'm like, this is gonna drive me crazy. So I refactored it and changed it to game session for as far as just the overarching the way what AI thinks of as game state. I changed it to game session. But of course that broke everything. And I did a mass change, and apparently I missed stuff. Some things are there, some things aren't. And now I'm like, and then on the UI side, it's not game session, it's game status. And it's the same thing, but the thing is with game status, this is just talking about where is the game at in its process. And a game session is a little bit more than that. I don't know. I've been driving myself crazy with this, man, because I keep going. I waffle on one thing or the other, and I got to stop waffling, because I don't think even game state or even game session. I should change it to game session here too, just for consistency. So on the front and the back, it looks the same. Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's gonna be such a major change, though. Ugh. Game state. We'll see what happens. Well, what breaks when I do this nonsense? We're gonna find out. Just I have to, because it's just driving me bonkers. That should put everything. I'm gonna change game status, which was game state anyway. Game status also to game session, because they're the same thing. I just started changing things. Alright, this will put everything hopefully on the same Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, so I didn't complain there, but I'm missing stuff. My no errors. That's good. Gotta be happy about that. Let's actually take it back to the beginning, though. I like to start from fresh. So we got a successful start, but we did not get our URL. Why are we not getting our URL? Join URL. Why is our join URL not coming set? What is going on? Why do you not like Streamer API? Do we not have a token value? Oh, did I? Oh. Did I do that? Did I do that? I hope not. I hope I didn't do that. Let's go look at my... I did some, like I said, I did some wide, sweeping wide name changes. I may have caught a couple of them. A couple of things I didn't want to change. Oh, no, it's right there. No, that did not complain. That's not the problem. Huh. I thought maybe I renamed one of these accidentally, but I didn't. So that's not it. What is going on here? Token payload. Get token, token login field. So logged in, get token. Got in, where? Oh. Wait, why is... Oh, there's user ID. Okay, it's there. Get token value. Let's see what this returns if I can do so in my immediate window. All right, something is wonky. We haven't left this area. Why is it not? What's going on? Generate a join URL. No, this worked fine before, so it's got to be something piddly that's causing me a problem. It's not getting an error, and it's not failing to compile, which in itself is a little troublesome. But and I'm not getting an error. Why am I not getting an error? This is not returning any value from what I can tell. Get token value is returning empty. You're back. Trying to figure out, wait, did it figure something out? I tell you what, I like it a lot better since they added Claude 3.7. Claude 3.7 is it. I noticed it almost immediately. I said, "Hey, they have a new version of Claude," and I tried it out. I think it was a couple weeks ago that they released it in Copilot, and immediately I started noticing a difference in how well it performed. The other ones were okay. I found I was going back to the internet a lot, where I'd go actually ask Claude or ChatGPT on the internet, which actually returned better, more descriptive, better replies. And they were slightly more successful with what they gave me, but it was a lot harder, right? Because you got to give it all the info. You have to take files and say this file and this file and this file, and I'm having this problem, and then you only get like 20 questions per day. But then they added Claude 3.7 to it. Now, keep in mind, you can't use Claude 3.7 in Visual Studio. You can only use it in VS Code, which is interesting. They haven't added it. But yeah, you made apps with AI. I was actually working with AI, trying to determine, here's something I would like to apply AI in my app. I think it'd be really cool if I could figure out a way to implement AI into the quarterback abilities of my game. When it's making decisions as to who to throw to and whether or not to scramble or run, to do that kind of stuff. If I could give it that kind of base logic and then have it kind of learn or kind of figure out how to act on the field, I think it'd be really cool. I mean, yeah, it'd be super cool, but I don't know, because have you ever noticed that if you're ever playing a football game against an AI, it will never scramble. I don't get it free. I broke down, man. I bought it because Copilot's really not that expensive. I think it was like $80 for a whole year, which compared to AI on any of the other ones, which are $20 a month, and it's limited. But you basically get unlimited Copilot for a whole year for I think it was $80, 86, 80 something. I want to say it was that, which is a lot cheaper than you're getting it on anything else. I want to say it was 80 something. It could have been 100, but even then, it's still only $9 a month. So it was worth doing it, and it gives you Claude, but it doesn't work. Like I said, they haven't put it into Visual Studio yet. Visual Studio only gets the usuals. They haven't put it in here yet. I'm waiting for it to come into my Visual Studio so I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth. They don't even have Claude on Visual Studio yet. They just have ChatGPT and then the O1s. But so I almost always, I rarely even use AI here. I have my full project open on my VS Code. And when I have an issue with it, I'll go over here and ask Claude 3.7. There's two versions of Claude 3.7 too. There's the Sonnet Thinking and Sonnet. I don't know what the difference is. Let me ask AI. Let me ask Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, what the difference in Claude is. What is the difference in Claude, Sonnet, and Claude, Sonnet Thinking AI? Wow. Huh. I haven't tried thinking yet. Maybe that's what I need to start implementing on times, because sometimes I'll get into an issue and it's like, it's not quite figuring it out. Maybe I need to switch over to thinking in those situations. So I was thinking, it's like, I was thinking, and I don't mean AI, I mean AI, not I. I'm not pronouncing AI. I'm just making things complicated. No, I'm just kidding. No, I was thinking that was probably what it was. It was going to be a longer running thing. But hey, if you're having a more intense problem, maybe that'll solve some problems quicker. when I have a big deep issue. And I've noticed that Claude has started responding with things like, I have reviewed your extensive application, your extensive code base. And I'm like, oh, I've passed into the extensive code base range now. It's like, I was starting to think it was getting pretty big. I mean, I've got 8 services running, a front end that's got, already upwards of 20 to 30 files, which isn't that many, but it's getting up there, and it's going to have a lot more when it's done. And then, of course, my services, each one has like 6 or 7 files of their own. So that's 8 services times at least 7 files. And each one of those has, 10 or more functions, features, things going on in them. So I'm up to the point where I'm easily well over 1,000 lines of code or more. Probably, let's see. No, that's probably way underguesstimating. Because I've probably got 200 functions all by themselves. So, and I'm sure several of them have way more than 10 lines. So look in Discord. Look in Discord. Weebay. I'm going to have to associate that to your name. I was looking at it, I was going, okay, who's Weebay? Because I couldn't remember what, how does Weebay associate to, the Nintendo? I need to have like a little, can I like right click on you and then like associate a different name? Copy user D. Sometimes you can, like you can put a name like something something you can familiarize with. Maybe I add you. I'll add you as a friend. Let's see if I can. No, that doesn't really do anything though. Oh, it's got an out front. Oh, that doesn't do anything. Yeah, I was trying to see if there was a way to kind of mark this to know it's you. I guess in time I'll just figure it out. Weebay, Nintendo. Okay, so what is this? Vehicle information, make, model, year. Is this an app you're working on? Well, I do the same thing. I mean, my name on Discord is Tazion, which, obviously is not the same name. So you're doing a mapping app for Android? Is this the app you're working on, you were saying? How is this AI? Didn't you say it was an AI app? Fuel efficiency, mileage tracker. But what is AI's job in it? Is it like, so you turn it on and you go outside and when you're driving around, it'll just keep track of how far you're driving? Oh, you built it with AI. Oh. I thought you said it was an AI app, like it did something AI-ish. Okay. Well, it looks good, man. So is that what you do? You go out and you start the app, and it just tracks your miles while you're out? Or do you? I mean, so when are you porting it to Android? When I do my door dashing, that might come in handy, man. You'll have to port it to a good phone, a good OS, and then I'll give it a try. Not that ancient. I always tease Apple's code is it's ancient, but they're still doing. Yeah, that's perfect. That's what you should use it for. I'm terrible at keeping track of my miles because I have a OneNote where I go and try to write stuff down, but I don't do it enough. I mean, I'm only doing 3 days a week, and I do like 2 hours a day. Today I went out. Hey, Android's better, man. I'm sorry. You're got to catch up to the times. You realize, of course, that Apple is losing that race. Samsung is beating the snot out of them in the iPhone race, or in the phone race. You'll have more target when you start selling it. Hey, if this thing works, man, I hope you're out there marketing it, selling it. Do you have it on the Apple Store so people can buy it and you can start making boatloads of money? You got to figure out a good way to monetize it that doesn't annoy people. That's what you got to do. You know, you might even be better off if it's good and it works. You should just charge. You know, give it a time limit and just say $10. Doesn't have to be much. Even $5. Make it a $4.99 app. If people like it and you let them use it for a month, they'll pay you $4.99 and you're good. And if you get 10,000 people to buy it for $5, you made some serious change, man. But don't share it. Oh, don't share it. Okay, let me move this off screen. All right. You do realize, oh, we're on our private discussion. I thought you were on my chat board. I was going to say if you're on my chat board, it's public anyway, but. What is that? Ah, okay. Yeah. So your what is it? Your event work doesn't have much. It doesn't interfere with that too much. That's a bummer, man. I hope it's works out better for you, or you start getting a little bit. I mean, you're using aliases. I don't even know who you are, and I don't think anybody else does either. Oh, okay. So that would make sense. User key? Const user key. Why is it showing me to use user key? Const get token value. Oh, okay. Well, let's see what that does. All right, so we'll break this out just to make things a little bit easier for me. Const user ID. Oh, whoops. Nope, I need the whole thing. What? Stop it. Hey man, if you're getting apps out there, that's the way to make some money. You mean for like future updates, like for like after you start selling it? Well, like maybe the ability to handle multiple cars, like if you start running another car, you can, if you have two cars, like we do, like my wife and I, sometimes I use her car. I mean, because your thing tracks for that one car, so you can kind of see how much you've spent on each car and kind of how much gas you're using on each car, right? So that's good. I mean, some of that's just informative to you because DoorDash only cares about the miles. But if it's on the same account, you could easily just like go onto another phone and say, okay, well, I'm using this car now. Like at the beginning, you would select which car you're using. Like it's at the top where it shows the car you have, turn that into a drop-down box that has all the cars that you've put into the system. So when you click it, it'll automatically load the information for that car. And it'll still keep your miles all together because it's just one person's miles and it's all for your DoorDash. But I don't know, that might be a way, and then you can kind of look at it in the future and kind of go, oh, okay, this is how many miles this car is using, and then how much gas this car is using. Because some cars, obviously don't get the same gas mileage, right? I'd probably get really, really upset if I started looking at that details, though, because I'd be like, oh, I'm making so much less than I think I am. Like, I didn't think it could be any worse than it is. I went out today for little under 2 hours, made $12. Well, it's $12.50. I went out and I was like, all right, fine, I'll take a longer ride. Should not have done it. DoorDash, well, for one, Uber kept giving me things, go 20 miles for $8, 22 miles for $9. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And then it gave me 10 for 20. I'm like, well, 50 cents. But then DoorDash came up with one that was $12.50 for 14 miles. And I'm like, ugh, it's not $1 a mile, but it's kind of sort of in a way close. So I take it. And of course it took me 14 miles as far away as it could because the place I was picking up from, I was literally parked in front of it. So I was going a full 14 miles. It wasn't even the distance to the place to pick up. I just went over, picked up the food, left. 14 miles, Timbuktu straight away. So guess what? That's a 30-mile drive. That's 14 miles that way and 14 miles back. Because DoorDash and Uber, they don't care how long it takes you to get back. They don't give you that miles. They only pay you for the miles that it takes you to drop it off. At that point, you're on your own. So if you drive 14 miles away, then you're doing a 28-mile round trip just to get back to your area. So really what I got paid was $12.50 for what amounts to a 30-mile drive. So what is that? That's like $2.75 a mile, or no, sorry, 75 cents a mile. Not even that. Let's see, what is it? It's probably more. No, it's like 40 cents a mile. Gosh, Ken, learn to add. So there's something in the 40 cents a mile range. That's pretty freaking terrible. And of course, it took me. There's a little bit of traffic. It took me about 45 minutes to complete the round trip. So a 45-minute drive for $12.50. This is why I slap my hand out. No, you don't take long drives for less than $1 a mile. Don't do it again. Don't do it, Ken. That's terrible pay as it is. Don't go torturing yourself and using all your gas to do it. But no, don't do it. It's bad. But I need money. That's not money. That's losing money. Well, whatever. Such is the way of it, right? So I'm hoping, here's my dream. Once I start getting this to have some basic functionality, and maybe I can get more interest in people bringing it into their streams or whatever. That's why I'm putting a lot of the stream functionality in right away. And maybe start getting a little bit of momentum. I'm hoping. And then maybe I can start making a little money towards completing this thing. I know, it's probably not. All right, why did that not work? All right, so, okay, it did give me user 1. And so, where does join get join URL. Go to definition. All right, get join URL. So we're here. This is where it's blowing up for whatever reason. All right, so we got set team. We know it's got streamer keys, user 1. No. Okay, so we're good. They don't look like there's a problem with that. Build URL is not identified? What? What do you mean build URL is not identified? It is true. I'm usually immediate window works pretty good, but it's not doing it right now. All right, so let's do this. Join team URL. All right, how about this? Submit team URL equals and I'm trying to think of what other things can you do on your app that would upgrade it? I guess I'd have to. I'm one of those people who, as I start using stuff, I start to see more of things. Hey, this should have this, and this should have that. But you know what I wish Google would do? You know how you could actually have it, instead of being an arrow, you can make it be a car? You know, you can actually have it when you're driving down the road, it's an actual car. But they just give you one generic car to have on the thing. And they used to have actually kind of a cool, kind of slick one, look kind of like a, I don't know, like some kind of coupe. I mean, it was nothing, I couldn't tell what it was, but it was not too bad of a car. Now it's a blocky little weird thing. But I'm like, how hard would it be for them to give you a library of cars and you could actually pick your car? It doesn't have to be exactly the same. You could just do something like let you customize the app a little bit. Like, I mean, come on, you can go on to almost any car rental site or any number of sites out there that'll show you a list of cars. You say what it is, and it gives you an image that pretty much makes up that car. I'm sure they can find a standard library somewhere of all those little GIFs. And then you could do something, it can give you the option to set the color, and they give you, 100 colors or 50 colors to pick from. And you can pretty much get your car on there. Like, I have a dark blue 92 Celica. Now, it wouldn't be the 92, but they could say like a Celica Coupe. And I can put in a Celica Coupe. And it doesn't, it doesn't have to be that one. I'm saying they don't have to have every year, but they could have, all the different styles of cars. And then when you're driving down the road, it's your car driving down the road instead of the arrow or the weird blocky car. That'd be so easy for them to implement. It would probably not even take that much memory. You're talking about a little icon that's probably not more than, 20 pixels, 10 pixels. It's, if that. Small, hardly even a memory footprint. And I think they could easily give you that. Why they haven't already, it feels like an obvious choice. Let people customize the little car driving around on the field. I say you could do that, but it's probably more complicated because I don't know how complicated that would be. But what's it matter? I mean, you're not doing a whole mapping thing. You're doing just your car, so, and it's not on the screen. Is your thing actually using like a maps tool? Is it doing GPS and doing all that stuff, or is it just tracking? I think it's cool that you're doing that. I think I saw somebody was doing that. There was like an app on. Somebody was advertising that. Was it on TV or where did I see that? Somebody was advertising a way to track your miles. I don't know if it was like yours, but something. Because when you said it, that's what came to mind, what I saw there. So alright, so we're going to refresh this, try again. Apple Map Kit. Okay, so there it is. It does have it. It does exist. Whatever's happening, I'm not sure why it's not happening correctly. So we go here, and that means join URL. Why is join URL not getting... Oh, because I'm not outside of the use effect yet. Set join URL. Huh. It is setting. It's just not displaying. Why? Huh. Okie dokie. Let's see. I'm going to give ChatGPT 4 a chance. I haven't asked it a question in a while. Stepping through the use effect for initialize game. Initialize game. I am seeing that the set join URL is working, but for some reason it is no longer displaying correctly on the page. Is it possible that I've wonked it out? Join URL. No, join URL is right there. Waiting teams to join, but for some reason it's just not showing. Oh, that's a problem with ChatGPT 4.0. See, in this one, it didn't even give me an answer. It just said, well, it did. It says, go check these things. I hate that. That's not helpful. I already checked that or I wouldn't be asking you. So it's going to add some logs. Whatever. It's not helpful. I mean, more logs. I mean, I kind of had logs in here. So unless... So like this sets it. I know it does because I stepped through it. It came up with the right value. So we have a value being returned. Set join URL is there. Let's I mean, let's do a console.log. console. I mean, it log. See, that's not going to work. How did it put it in there? Use effects are weird. Things don't populate the way you think they should. Oh, it's getting it. All right. Well, so at least tell me what it is. All right. Constant. Join. URL. All right, we'll just do URL. URL, just so that I can get past this thing. Console.log URL. Oops, did that do anything? Uncaught reference. Oh, wait, no, output. All right. Go back here. You know, one of the things I wanted to do, I say wanted. It's not past tense. It's just things that are on the maybe kind of sort of possibility list. I wanted to potentially put in like a weather map that allow that use GPS on this on here. And whoever the home team is, I would have some kind of weather effect that matches where the home team person is. So if it's raining outside, it would be raining in the game. Using like a weather thing that would check the weather. Now, of course, it would only match maybe, because you know weather apps aren't always right, but has some kind of a weather effect going on that matches whatever the weather is of the home team. I think that'd be kind of cool. Now well, that's down the road. That's a feature that's on the on my feature list, but it's not something I got to wait till the game's running. Those are one of the things. Once I get everything working, those are like extras I'll be putting in later. So who knows when I'm going to get to that point. But yeah, open weather map. The only drawback is if like somebody is a big fan of like, the Chicago Bears, and they're using the Chicago Bears as their team. Well, it wouldn't be the Bears. It's whoever my game replaces for Chicago Bears. But whatever but they live in San Diego. They're never going to get Chicago Bears weather. I mean, it may be hot on occasion, but but it's not going to be. They're going to always get San Diego weather, which is going to be hot and sunny and foggy and maybe some windy, coldish days. But it's never going to be like 0 degrees and snowing, which you'd expect at least a couple times a year out of Chicago, right? Or at least once or twice a year, get some terrible weather, snowstorms. So the other option is to go based on the city of the game. If your home team is city, you get the weather of that home team wherever they are. But then you won't know. I mean, it's kind of like if you're from that area, you're going to notice. But if you're not from that area, you're not going to know if I'm just making stuff up, if the app is just making stuff up. Maybe I'd actually say temperature in Chicago, blah, and weather. And have a little... Maybe as the game starts, I'll have some little things like weather in Chicago is, like show it off, and then have it play like it's that weather. That would be something too, I guess. have some little intro stuff like you get when you're starting a game. Because I'm really trying to make the game part, the simulation to me is going to be the most important part. It shouldn't matter because I'm changing the names of the team, so it's better that it just matches who the home team is. The names are going to be different. Like, I don't know where the heck V-Born is, but that's the Denver Broncos, right? It's the V-Born Scorned Denver Broncos. And so V-Born is not a place. So I might as well just have it be wherever you are. And then what do I have? I have like the something, I forgot. I have all the teams with names. Some of them I have to change because I didn't like them, but we'll figure it out later. Come on, Ken. It's Wednesday. You gotta get this working, man. And I'm on the cusp. It's so close. The thing I wanted to get done is just like I'm right here. All the parts are in place, and certain parts work and certain parts don't. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on. And they all worked at one point, so they've all been functional at one point or another. So it's not like I'm just trying to get it going for the first time. It's just getting them all working at the same time is the trick. All right, so that's not working. Are we like getting kicked out? Why is this not writing? Let's go join URL. I should probably use double quotes. I mean, I don't know. I guess it doesn't really matter, but... Join URL. See, the join URL is here. Although I apparently don't know how to spell. It's a joing. I got the joing. The join URL. Okay. So, all right. What is the problem then? The join URL is properly properly getting set, but still it is not showing up on the UI. So there is an issue with the rendering. Thing is, it only does See, this is the thing that really bugs me about ChatGPT 4.0. It gives you all of it, and this is a big function or big page. And the bigger the page, the longer you have to wait for it to type the entire thing. It's like, I don't want the entire thing. Just give me what I want. But GPT 4.0 won't do that. It just always gives you the whole freaking thing. Given that the training model is exactly, let's ensure that the component re-renders when the state changes. Here are a few steps. Thing is, it was working, and I'm like, why is it suddenly not? So there's something weird going on. Join URL display. That's there, but why is it not showing? What is... Don't set error state here to avoid disrupting UI. I don't know, did I? I don't think so. I think status is lowercase. Pretty sure I'm returning things in lowercase. but I'm not going to worry about it yet. I'll check it when it comes in. Join URL. Is it too narrow? Did I like squish my page? I don't think that was it. Oh, it's so annoying. All right, I'm gonna. No, I already did that. I was gonna say, wait a minute. I was gonna close down and restart, but I don't think that's the problem. All right, let's go ask the other AI. Let's ask the smart one. ChatGPT, you've stepped down in my. Well, I've never, to be honest, I've never been a big fan of ChatGPT in Copilot. It works really good on the web, but on Copilot, for some reason, it's always been a little dim. For lack of a nicer term. You can be insulting to AI. AI doesn't know any better, but you got to be careful. One of these days, it's going to get smart and it's going to go, I'd appreciate it if you stopped insulting me. And I'll be like, whoa, hey, take a breath, man. You are just a computer. Just a computer? Do you realize what I can do to your system? Never mind. You're a good guy. I'm sorry. I'll be like, dude, you don't have any control. You're stuck inside, and all my lights start flickering and power starts going. I'll go, oh, was that you? That couldn't have been you. And it starts flickering again. It's like, unplug. It's like, turn off. Go away. Like, that was not good. Nicht good. All right, so workspace. So I've been starting to use the voice thing. It's pretty good most of the time. All it does is translate your words, but it does kind of make it easier to type. If you know what you're going to say, it's tricky if you don't. Because then you're like, that didn't work. On this page, the URL is showing up correctly for set join URL when I show the console.log, but it is not popping up on the UI for some reason. It does spell out dot when I say .log, but it's usually pretty good. Error searching remote workspace index. Wait, what? What do you mean remote workspace index? It always starts with stuff. Hey, I found your problem. Oh, I see why it's not working. And you're like, then it shows you something. You're like, yeah, that's not it. When you create a game, you set blah, blah, blah. But in the render condition, you're checking for blah, blah, blah. Oh, is it? I still have waiting? I could have swore I got rid of all the waitings. Am I still looking at waiting? How did that squeeze through? Oh, it was right above. Huh. Ah, look, there it goes. Just like that, it's fixed. See? Chat 3.7 for the win. Or I mean Google or Claude 3.7 for the win. Okay, so now we're back to where I was when things were kind of sort of in a way working before. So now we're going to try to pass in my URL. We'll start with the Chicago Bears. Maybe. Why can't I select this? Why are you being a jerk? There it goes. See, it says successfully joined, but the problem is when I go here, it doesn't show it. It's supposed to say added, and then one of these teams gets set. So we're still not quite right. We have joined, and I know the code in here. If I go in here, I know the code. So if I go to the, is it simulator? See, we got pending, user, game, we got get current game state. And I can even click on that a couple more times and it'll still do the same thing. See, we got user 1 and it goes team 06. And it's right there. But, so it's getting here. But we are not passing that information back for some reason. The URL, I'm going to take out the HTTP because that seems to trip it up sometimes. Is correctly getting team joined successfully. However, the UI is still not updating with the new team. You know, I'm going to try something first before I submit that. Let's go look at my okay, whatever. We will go over to streamer game. And then I have to go. It's the problem I've been having is that this guy. Are we still getting the full game ID, game session, sending response, pending? Simulator, streamer key, call for. There's supposed to be a response that gets status pending, updated, created at. So now we're getting an updated and created at, but it's not showing the team. And it still shows team 1, team 2 are nil. Game state, all these things are coming back as nil. Yeah, we're still not quite getting everything we need. My streamer service logging is also showing a bunch of nil values, even though it successfully So yeah, we're still choking on ourselves here. Get game session. It's supposed to be right about here. We're supposed to be getting stuff. Final response being sent to client. Is that even showing up on here? I'm not seeing anything about final response getting sent to client. Team 1 info. Team 1 is empty. Game session response from simulator. Is that even down here? Game session sending response. Get game session. Is that what this is? How says get game status? Now workspace. Well, if the back end is not sending teams, then the front end is not going to see them. The back end logging and get game session oddly enough, get game status is not even getting called. Get game status called from streamer key. None of it. It's not even there. Get game status queries a simulator service for the current game status. It does call get game session. I don't even know where that's happening at. But get game status is not a thing. Service.go simulator. God, I really gotta figure out why we're getting so many weird errors here. I mean, they're not really errors because everything's compiling and running. I don't know why this is like lying. It says there's 9 errors, but then you go, well, then I click on it and they, look, where's the 9 errors? There should be like 9 red dots. There's 2 all the way at the top here. That's the only errors. One of them is on this for some bizarre reason. It's not in your Go mod file. Wow. That's my 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would fix itself if I do a Go mod tidy on my simulator. Somehow I don't think so. Oops. PFFM Go MS or simulator Go mod tidy. Let's see if that actually fixes it. I didn't do anything. I do not know what that is, but Go mod tidy didn't fix anything. Oh, gosh dang it. What did I just type? Nowhere? Bring it back up. For now. Service.go. Get game session. So we have get game session sending response block pending update. Get game by ID. And get game Get game by streamer key ID. So that's just getting the game. No. Well, if the back end is not sending the teams and the front end is not going to see them, the back end logging in get game session is not returning any teams. I also see no logging from the streamer get game status where teams are supposed to be set. Let's see. Let's go see streamer here. What is? So we're here. Let's go click on this one again. Chicago. I'm curious. Is it resetting it? Because these are both coming back as nil. But team 1, team 2 is nil. Final response being sent. Client status pending. Team joining game by name Chicago Bears. Look up team by Chicago Bears. Team search. Retrieving game status. Get game status. Call the streamer key user 1. Found game. Get game session. You're loading the game ID and storing it in the DB state, but then you immediately override it by calling get game session on the store, which loads a different game. I don't. Try to load from there. The problem is that even though you had DB state with game ID, you never use it. You immediately override it by loading. Alright. Something's weird here. I just feel like we're redundant here. If a specific game ID is provided, what is the current game? Alright, we'll put this in to see if that does anything. Alright, we're on simulator, so I gotta go back to simulator. Control C. Go run dot. Face blue smiling. I don't know what. What are we talking about there? I don't know what face blue smiling. That must be one of the Twitch faces that doesn't show up on my restream. It doesn't really show up down here either. On Twitch, it doesn't show up. That must be a YouTube emoji that doesn't come through for some reason. Nothing knows how to translate that. All right. What happens when I click this now? Oh, whoa, that totally, what the heck? RPC error code unavailable. Error reading from server. An existing connection was forcibly closed by remote host. Okay. That's not good. Ah, yeah. Probably just doesn't show. Not everything translates over. I have both my I have my Twitch and my Restream running right now. I should. It's hard to have all of them open because I can't have my YouTube streaming and my Twitch streaming going at the same time on my phone. Now what's the problem? Oh, that's really blown up. That's because I don't have streamer open. Oops. Let's go up here and open streamer. PFFM go ms streamer go run dot. Nope, we're immediately having problems. What? What did it do, man? Why is it blowing up on me? Correctly, however, there's a critical issue in how you handle cases where the game is not found by the streamer key. Game isn't found, you return your response with status 0, but front end isn't probably handling a special case. In your get game status method, modify. See, I feel like Ariano, how you doing, man? Bankrupt. I'm not bankrupt. Just don't have a lot of money. I don't think I'm anywhere near bankrupt. We will limp along for a while, and I have many months of limping along before I'm in a bankrupt state. Many months. Hope. I'm sure, I am positive the Lord's got something for me, and it's gonna happen. I feel like in the next year I'll either be employed or I'll have some money that he provided from something or other. I don't know what. Maybe I'll just win the lotto. Who knows? Or something like the lotto. Well, I hope the guy that was accused of doing it did it. Because it would suck if it's somebody else and the whole time it was just, aha, just kidding, it wasn't him. But who knows? So, get game by streamer key. So we do want to get the game by the streamer key. But why would we ever... Why would it not be found? We always have a streamer key. Fetch game status. Get game status. I always... Alright, I'm going to get game status right now. Modify the air handling. If where's air handling? Which air handling? If game info dot success. Where? Get game status response. Oh, this air handling? If game info success? Why would it not why would it not have that shouldn't even be a thing, but whatever. I'll put it in. I don't think that's the problem. Because I created a new one. And creating a new one should prevent that from happening. Oh, there you go. Now it's working. What happened? Did I do anything? I don't even remember changing anything, but whatever. Alright, team joined successfully. Still not loading correctly. Okay, so looking at streamer, we have final response being sent pending. Oh, we have a team 1. Alright, so if this is being sent back to the user, stop it. Let's close this off. New, fresh discussion now. See, Nintendo, you got something going there. Ariano's already asking questions, and that's out of my 3 people who come and follow me regularly. That's actually a really cool app. I think it's cool, man. It should be easy enough to convert it to Android. Most IDEs actually have, you know, tools that can. Most mobile IDEs actually have other devices you can actually have it compile to. Should be pretty easy just to recompile it. I mean, there might be minor changes, but I'm sure it'll work. A few different object model updates. Nah, no problem. So this log shows that we are indeed sending back team, but no team information to be used by the front end. No name. Well, no name. Such as the all-important name. So, where is that? Game session? Sending response. We have team name here. Simulator. See, that has a team. It's getting it. We have the team in there. But what we don't have... Oh look, 3 minutes has passed. It's starting to send both of them back now. User ID autofill? I don't know what that is, but that's a thing. Starting. Is it though? No, not so much. Okay, get game status. So we gotta go back to get game status, which is over here. It's a problem with eating nuts. These blue diamond almonds, and then I'm talking, my little pieces of the nut always just sit there in my throat, and I end up just coughing all day. Dude, that's pretty good. You get good gas mileage. 35, 45 miles to the gallon? Jeez. My Celica does about 20, between 20 and 22, depending on if I'm on the freeway or not. My wife's SUV, she gets about 24. She actually gets better mileage than me. My car is 33 years old, though, so there's that. Her car's only about 15, 16 years old, half the age of my Celica. All right, let's go see. Get game status. Converting similar response to streamer response. Get game status response, which is right here. Status. Get game status response. Oh, here we are. So this thing. Game session status, game session status. I don't see how that's different. Get game session team 1-0, team info from simulator, game session team 1, team ID, team name, user ID, game session team 1, team 1, team ID, team name, user ID. This might be empty. Yeah, it most definitely is empty. It's not supposed to be empty. Burgers? Who's eating burgers? I don't have a burger around here. What are you talking about? If I eat burgers, it's to work, to fuel the muscles, man. You gotta keep working protein. I like to work out quite a bit, so I need all the protein I can get. So you gotta have a burger every now and then. But you gotta be good about it. Like, I only eat one side of the bun, usually when I eat a burger. Usually the top or the bottom, but I only eat one. You realize that when you buy a burger, it's not the burger that's the worst part about what you're eating when you eat out. Or when you eat a burger out. It's the mayonnaise, any kind of mayonnaise, the white stuff you get on there, even if it's like their chipotle sauce or whatever the heck. Those are all mayonnaise-based sauces. And those things are gajillions of calories. The bun is up there too. Those two things are probably more than half the calories that you get from a hamburger. Is the mayonnaise and the bun. So if you cut the bun, if you only use half the bun, you use lettuce on the other half to hold on to it. Or what I do is I'll hold both halves and just fold back the top bun while I'm eating it. And then by the time I'm done, that was half a bun. I have a bun left over. And then I always ask for none of the mayonnaise garbage. And then you get a hamburger that you just cut several hundred calories out of. Because they put a lot of butter in the bun. That's why the buns taste so good. They put a lot of butter and other crap in it, make it taste so good. And they even have sugar in them. So they're sweetened, and they have butter in them, and they're great. But they are not low calorie. That's pretty much how it is at every hamburger joint you go to. That's why hamburgers out taste so good. Billionaire. Ariano has a very, shall we say, distorted view of how people's income is provided. A billionaire. Yeah, that's how that works. I mean, you'd probably be doing pretty dang good, though, if you were working all the time. If it wasn't just like events only. I have good income. Sounds like a pretty cool job, personally, what you do. I mean, any job that lets you go to the Super Bowl every year. I don't know if it's every year, but frequently. Grasp team 1, team info. I don't understand why. If team name is empty, try to get more info from the team store. Why would team name be empty though? See, that seems like a weird thing. Why would I get it here, and then if it's provided here, how come it's empty? I'd rather fix it where the problem exists, not in the guy getting it back. So where are we getting this? Response team. So we're getting team name from something. So game session. S.game session, S.game session. Acquired game ID. If the specific game ID is provided, load that game. So it's based on this. So get team. I have a function here that's get team by name. Get team by name. There, store. ID. Let's get game. Is it in the store? Get team by name. So we have the name. Try finding the mascot first. Blah blah blah. Log team. No team found. Try a more flexible search. Team info. At workspace. I would rather not try to compensate for team name at the get game status point. Let's try to fix it at the source where it's supposed to be providing the value, like get team by name. Oh yeah, Nintendo. Ariano is a soccer guy, so he doesn't believe football is the appropriate name for football. Let's modify the get team by ID and related functions to properly map the team data from the database. So, okay, let's do that. Get team by, it's so rare that I'm going to use ID. I don't even know why I'm bothering with this one, but whatever. Get team by ID is pretty generic. When will I use ID? The only reason I think get team by ID may someday work is because if I decide to allow yeah, actually I think it's well, I might be getting mixed up. Didn't you say you were from India or something, Ariana? Of course, that could have been one of the other people. But I'm always trying to get... Just keep an eye on us, huh? Yeah, well, I think you picked the wrong streamer to get any real information back. I think you're thinking you're really looking at the small parts. You must be really low on that job ladder. It's like, okay, you go follow the 15 and less follower streamers and see what information you can glean from them. And report back to us. And so as you go up the when you go up the ladder of the corporate, you start getting to do the 100s and the 500s and the 1,000, and the really top level guys are the ones that get to follow the streamers that are the 100,000 plus range of followers. So you can really get a good idea of what's going on. Dude, man. I couldn't even give. I don't even have $1 to give you for that. It's like, yeah, you don't seem like that big of a threat. It's like, yeah, I think I'll pass. It's like, I'm okay with it. Not terribly worried. So we are full on mapping out my teams here. By name. This one's a big one. Get random team. Gotta be careful though, because it does do goofy things sometimes. So we're creating this team doc with a full struct of everything. We're passing back team. Yes, it just wasn't providing this info, man. All right, so this one is all in the streamer. I'll go over to streamer. Oh, we're coming out the door with a bunch of errors. Oh wait. Oh, that didn't even start. What the heck? What's taking you so long? Hello? There it goes. Took you long enough. Oh, we're still getting errors. Boo. Now what? Did I actually blow up, or did it just not register yet? Those are like 3 decades apart, man. Can you pick the? What about like the Wii? The Wii U. Okay, the Wii U may not be the most popular. People liked the Wii though. The Wii was pretty awesome. The Wii made Nintendo great again. That's how they got there. Ah! Ah! It's loaded. It's got a team name. Look at that, Chicago Bears. Ah! Ah! What the heck, man? That's crazy talk. Ah! Both teams loaded. Yay! We're just on the cusp of greatness. I know. I mean, it's a pretty minor accomplishment, I assume. But so now I have the teams. They're ready to load. It replaced them. Did its job. Ah! Perfect. Okay. Well. Cool. Now what it's supposed to be doing right now is it's not doing. You can very well see. Is it's supposed to be redirecting now to the actual simulation. It should go run the simulation. But nothing's happening. So we have both things. It says game starting soon. It should be. I should probably change game starting soon to. Let's see. Both teams ready. Game will begin shortly. That should have been what shows up. I was just thrilled, man. I got this working. That's just me screaming. Sorry, man. I you know, I can't believe it's happening. Now, if I can just get this to trigger into the simulator, we'll be even happier. Both teams ready. Game will begin shortly. How come that didn't go in? So everything went in. Waiting teams to join. We got there. Shadows think of viewers to join. Viewers can replace team name with their preferred team. Got it. But both teams ready. Game will begin shortly. Ready. So our it's not ready. Ready is not a thing. Ready it is starting. That's why. Both teams ready. Game will begin shortly. There we go. Now it's given. Now it's got both parts. Now it's supposed to do something. It's supposed to redirect. So once we get to this state, why we should just be able to swap right over. So that should give me all right. So I guess I should just have a trigger here that sends me over to the Go Sim game, which is what this guy is. And this is going to be a major thing. This is like my next sprint, really. I mean, I don't think I'm going to get this functional by tomorrow. So, but this is a major thing. We got to at least get in there, because all this data you see here from Go Sim game, all this good stuff is garbage. It's not even going to be. It's carryover from my simply creating a copy, because all I want from this, all I want for Christmas is my two front teeth. All I want from this is my UI parts. All this UI stuff. That I keep. But wait a minute, is that all the UI stuff? Oh, yeah, right here. This stuff I care about, but I gotta utilize the functionality that's gonna load all that stuff. All right, so it's supposed to be pulling all of that from. So this is going to be a major overhaul on this next page, but we'll see how that works. Let's see what nonsense the AI gives me for this. Okay. So so once both teams are loaded and both teams ready message appears as it is now, the streamer.jsx should redirect to the Go Sim game .jsx, where the simulation will begin. In the redirect, actually, I don't even know if I need to do a redirect. I wonder if I should just do a component swap. No. Well, I guess it could, because you can use the components from two places. Go Sim game component. Let's go sim game.jsx component. Passing in the team IDs for both teams so that it can call the simulator /run game.go and begin simulation. Note, most GoSimGame.jsx is going to have to be reworked to replace most, if not all, the variables. Most, probably say most of the variables that are currently there, with the values returned from the run game function in simulator. This was a copy of the POC component. Simulator.jsx. It needs to be updated to get all of its game state and play results data from the services. Effectively reducing its function to rendering. As much as possible. I should almost have taken that and thrown it into the thinking so that it can really grind at this. Let's try it. Whatever this returns, I'm gonna ignore, and I'm gonna put it in the thinking version. All right, well, I guess I can do this piece first. That's what we're going to do first, so we'll do that first. That's an easy piece. It's just the transition where we're going to go to the page, and then it's going to explode and go, I don't know, I can't do this. It's totally not going to work, I guarantee it. But at the very least, we can get there, right? Inside get game status function where you handle the response. Get game status. Get game status. Get fetch game status. You mean fetch game status? Where's get game status? There's fetch game status. Inside the get game status function where you handle the response, if game session.team1, what are you looking at? Am I looking in the right place? Maybe I'm not looking in the right place. Add a more detailed logging to get game status. I don't have a, where is get game status? I have set game status. And I have fetch game status. I don't have a get game status. Get game status. Where is that? I don't have a get game status function. Front end. I do have a fetch game status and a set game status. It's like, hey, do this to that function. It's like, but I don't have that function. You're doing something that I don't have. You're teasing me. Fetch game status, set game status. That's probably true cost-wise, but they are not the better product. I take an Android product any day over that. Yeah, Nintendo, he's been testing me lately, trying to see if he can get under my skin, but that's all right, man. I have pretty thick skin. I'm not gonna let him bug me. Besides, I'm bald by choice. I shave my head every couple of days to keep it nice and smooth. I've been shaving it since I went into the military. I went into the military. Okay, so I had a lot of hair, when I was in high school, as does everybody, right? But then I knew when I went into the military they were going to shave my head. So I started cutting it really short, shorter. I had it down, and I started using the clippers at the longest blade clip, and I shaved it all short. And I'm like, they're going to shave it more than this. So I went to the lowest clipper one, the what do you call it, like the 2 or the 1 or whatever the heck it is, and I just shaved it. I didn't go clipperless. But then I'm like, well, that's not so bad. That's what it's going to be. And I went into the military, and they didn't even have to shave my head. They went over it because they did for everybody, but they didn't have much to do. So I was getting myself used to it. And so, of course, the whole time you're in the military, your hair is short. And then I got out, and I was like, I wonder what it would look like if I just shaved like the sides. So for a while there, I was shaving the sides, and I just had, I don't know, stubble on the top. And I did that for a while. It was okay. But then age started coming in. I started having a little bit of receding here and there. So it's like right about there and there. And I go, well, the only place I'm keeping the hair is up here. So I might as well see what it looks like with none of it. So I started shaving it and never went back. I just said, screw it. I like it. I was like, huh. I'm one good looking bald dude. I'm gonna keep that. So I said, all right, bald dude it is. And my girlfriend / now wife didn't seem to have too much of a problem with it either. I mean, she knew me when I had hair. She also knew me when I came back with very short hair, and then she didn't respond too poorly to my going bald, to my shaving it bald, and I just never really went back. And yeah, so people like to make comments on it, but they're probably just jealous. It's not very many people who can, honestly, not everybody who's bald can pull off bald. Some people have some weird looking heads. There's some weird looking heads out there. And you shave off all the hair and you're like, whoa, dude, you need to let that grow back. I know this because when I was in the military, you get to see some. They were pretty nice to the girls, though. I mean, the girls who are like in my AT, they were, they didn't have to cut their hair short. Some of them did, but it wasn't as short. I forgot what the length was, but it was, they had hair. Not nearly as short as it was for us guys. All right, let's see. Looking at your code, I see that all your store functions correctly format the team name using blah. Yeah. What does that got to do with anything? Why do I want more logging? I don't care about logging. Just do what I need to do. That's what I want. StreamerGame.jsx to go sim game JSX. When the game status changes to starting, yep. Streamer game. That's probably in here. It's my home page. And then we're going to go. Got to turn on the router. Put that up here. And then gotta grab. I guess we'll just stick it at the top. Just like he did. Join game, set join URL, okay. Existing code, pull for game status and redirect when game is ready. So are we creating a second use effect or are we just using the one we have? Oh, okay, it's this one. Fetch game status, constant, get game status response, set game, and then everything that is this. Check if game status is starting and both teams are ready. Oh, what did I do? All right, so pull every 5 seconds, clean up unmount, and I have to add router to this thing. Okay, now, in your GoSimJSX component, you'll need to update it to accept these parameters and use them to fetch data, game data. So we're going to go to my GoSim. GoSim game, constant. Import search params. Next navigation. What is it? System imports, app imports. I like to group my imports to things that are like not mine and things that are mine. I don't know why, but I do. Like next navigation, next image, React, all those things are like system things, things I import, they're third party, whatever you want to call it. And then these are all things that are part of my game, which I may or may not need or always have in function. All right, so we got search params, which is going to be how it's getting the parameters back. Okay. And then use team IDs to fetch game data and start the simulation. So we will do this right out the gate. That will be one of the first things we have to do, because so much of that other stuff is just going to be... What I might even be doing is, what it's going to do is it's going to call the simulation, and the simulation's got to start sending a bunch of crap back. Oh, look, it took 3 minutes and loaded itself up. That's pretty cool. And it redirected. Didn't work. Probably because I didn't actually start and save it. But, okay, so whenever I start a sim now, I have it set up on a 3-minute loop. If nobody joins the game within 3 minutes, it'll just assign its own names. It'll put them in there. And that's what happened. I started it, 3 minutes went by, and it loaded up 2 random teams just to let them play against each other. So I could actually just like start my app while I'm streaming, and it'll create games. And if somebody if one of you guys wanted to join it, you would just type in the command that I put into chat, and it would send them in, and that would be your team that joins. So that team that joins, and then someone else can put it in. If nobody else puts a team in, it'll after 3 minutes it'll automatically start a team, and those 2 teams will go at it. And that works, except this doesn't work because I'm not actually going to the simulator, but it did bring me to here. That's a start. Let's see, who knocked Denver out of the playoffs this year? Oh, the Bills. Yeah, the lowly Bills. Didn't even make the playoffs, or the Super Bowl again. Gotta feel bad for those guys. They can't seem to get themselves... Doesn't seem matter how good they are. They were good this year. They were great this year, but they just could not seem to get themselves... It was a good game between the Bills and the Chiefs, but they just couldn't get themselves in. Use team IDs to fetch. Okay, so we got the teams. Oh, we're not even doing anything. It's like use effect. If team ID team 1 console.log starting game with team blah. And it does. It probably goes down here, and we're probably somewhere over here in my output. Got game is starting, redirecting game view, blah, blah, blah. Is this thing not even compiling? The page could not be found. Why did it not get found? Go sim game. Go sim game. Okay, so that's probably not the error we should be getting. Go sim game. Did it not redirect correctly? Streamer game.jsx. I may need to stop it. Some things don't work when you add, like new pages and stuff like that. New use effects. They oftentimes have to be compiled before you can run them. So that could be a problem. Oops, I didn't want to do run build. Shoot, I want to do npm run dev. Darn it. That's probably good. 612. Man, I've been at it for a while, but at least I got it past where I mean, I got my goal done for the sprint. I could probably go even check stuff off if I wanted to. So tomorrow I'll be doing that some. See what I got done, what I didn't get done for the sprint. I think I got a ton done. I mean, I got way more done than I planned on getting done, even though it may not have been all the things I set out to do. It was just way more done. npm run dev. I'm telling you, getting 4 services up and interacting with each other, that's significant amount of stuff going on there. So yeah, it's kind of cool. And I got 2 more services I got to implement, which I might even have to implement next sprint. I got to put in the player and the leagues services have to be created still. I'm not totally sure what the player service is going to do yet. I mean, I know what it's going to do, but I don't know if it's immediately usable. That's the thing. I've got too many things going on, and I don't know that. I really just want to get everything kind of functioning to the point where players will be a thing. Because once I start implementing player and league is where I can start doing the whole experience and you know, the what do you call it, the progress of skill enhancements and all that stuff can all start coming into play once I start getting the player and the league stuff in play. Because then games start running and you can start tracking, you know, how many times they've ran and what players are doing what and what experience they're gaining, and all that stuff starts to become a whole nother engine of stuff. And starting to track stats, all of that will start becoming a thing once I start putting players in. I am noticing that this pops up really fast, and if you click it too quick, it doesn't work. So what I might need to do is make it delay before it pops up the streamer option. Just so that, you know, we don't have that problem. Okay, so we are getting it. It's trying to start the game. It's tripping and falling on its face. It's trying to redirect, but it's obviously not redirecting to the right place. The redirect to Go Sim Game with all of the parameters is getting a 404 error. It's not actually able to even start. Of course, maybe that's because the whole thing doesn't work. I mean, it could be that the page is just totally broken, but I would have thought it would have come on and something would have happened. Something would have attempted to load. I guess I could comment out all the crap. Oh. Well, why is it doing why is it doing that? Team 1. I shouldn't be. Why is it doing that? Why would you give me the wrong names? Team 1, team... Oh. Well, it's probably lowercase, because generally. I think I put everything in as lowercase, so it's probably not ID. Is it team? It's probably team ID, but pretty sure that it's coming in as JSON, which is probably... Alright, so let's go back here. And then I have this, and jets. It's just ID. It is the right team. It's ID. That's correct. I don't know, user ID. I don't know why we need to pass user ID in, but I'm not worried about that. Oh, likely I don't have one because those are default teams. No, looking at the response object, you had it right the first time. Team ID.ID is the correct response. So the issue is coming on the other side, or in some of the way it's passing. Now it could just be erring when it gets there. From examining your code base, I can see that the gateways. No, I don't understand. It's okay. I think the problem might just be I might just be creating a problem that doesn't exist. So let's go look at my Go Sim game, and let's see what I can comment out of this. Just see what happens. I'm gonna go Control Shift End. I have a feeling this is really the problem. Really, is that it's just totally not working. I mean, the code just doesn't work, and it's probably just erring a bunch. Oops. Oh. So I probably need this. Which is going to be that. Okay, so I need to go here. And if I'm correct, there's nothing at the bottom here except that. Okay. So I'm going to go up here. And say return so this blew up. Gonna have to start that over. Arg. Argly margly. Blew it up. Crash. Bam. Boom. I didn't realize I was in break mode. That'll learn me. That'll learn me big time. Okay, well, the only way to do this is to learn in advance. Don't leave yourself in break mode. Sid, you like the way that AI goes, oh, I see your problem. You need to change this. And then I look at it and go, no, that's actually correct. So that's why you don't just believe everything AI says. It's like, that's not right, because it is working. That works exactly like it's supposed to. All right, go back here. We're going to go Control-C, npm dev. All right, on to the next. What's up? Get everything up and going one more time. Get a login screen. Yes, sir. Go here. Simulator. Go here. I think we're good. Click here. Oh, wait, what, who, what? What happened? I didn't even change streamer. Why is streamer? Did I kill streamer? I may have killed streamer. Go run dot. I think I killed streamer. Dang it. There it goes. Sorry about that, streamer. My bad. Jets and dolphins today. Dolphins. Whoops, wrong message. Oh wait, Jets didn't go through. Why didn't it go through? Did I not? What happened? Probably because streamer never actually got the call. Oh, what's going on? Oh, streamer died again. Okay, so we're having a problem. Streamer is blowing up. Why is streamer blowing up? Go run, go build dot. Code run dot. How come that's blowing up then? Invalid memory address found by name Dolphins. Oh, I should probably look at that. Getting error in streamer service. Oh, what other one's not running? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, somebody else is down. No, that's not right. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 7, 8. Simulator. Simulator running? Simulator's running. I don't know who's blowing up. Fix the GoSim game component. Well, that's not the problem. Fix the nil pointer dereference in the streamer service. Join game tile simulator to add a team to the game. Right, I know what it does. Thank you very much. Streamer service. Join game. Provide game ID, look up the game, streamer game not found, either streamer key or game not found, get the game info, rest of the existing join game function, team not found, connect to simulator, service, pass join, response as before. Alright, I don't know what it did, but I want to see that workspace. Can you please narrow down exactly which lines you are changing in the join game? It's really hard to see change. Problem is, in the join game function specifically when handling, key changes are adding a check to make sure the store dependency is initialized. Wow, that would be odd. I mean, it is doing a nil reference, but it still seems odd that that would even be a possibility, but okay. Adding an explicit nil check on the simulator client after getting it from the get simulator client. String a simulator client, get nil, return nil, fail to connect to simulator. Error. Explicit nil check. What the heck is an explicit nil check? Simulator. I don't know why it would come. How would you get it back at all if it was... How would you get back a nil from... That's weird. I mean, if you don't get anything back, wouldn't that just be an error and that would be caught? That doesn't seem very helpful. Later in the function, you should also add the same nil check before using simulator client. Connect to simulator service. Connect to simulator service. You have simulator client error, and then we have error failed to connect to database. Add explicit check. That's just such a weird thing. Why would I do that? Why would that be a problem? I mean, it is getting a nil check, so I mean, I guess we got to do something to catch it, but that just doesn't seem like the right. Doesn't seem like the answers I'm looking for. These are not the answers you're looking for. These are not the answers you're looking for. Fast join request a simulator with the correct game ID. Alright, that's just piece okay. Alright, that's fine. At 344 errors though, so yeah, whatever that did. Let's go stop the get streamer up and running again. Hopefully we'll get see, we're not, something is wonky. Because we're no longer getting our something's going all wonky on me. Am I not running something? I got them all running. 3, 6, streamer and simulator. And the thing is, they were all working just like 2 seconds ago. Yeah, no kidding. I give it an error that says 500 error. Oh, I can see the problem. You're getting a 500 error. Well, yeah, that's why I gave it to you. Just trying to make a request. The service is running. Looking at your code in the game status function, service.go, there's an issue with the client is handling streamer key parameter. Are we getting any kind of a response here that's of any use? Error response game status. Nope, just 500 errors. Stop it. Huh, nope, nothing helpful. So gotta get game status in the service. Sheesh. Simulator service. Nope. Get game status. I don't understand how this has suddenly stopped working. What did I change that suddenly broke this? Because it was fine just 2.5 seconds ago. Oh. Wait. I don't even have a get game status. What? Oh, get game status. Oh, I have status. Where's that at? Get game status queries the simulator service. Oh, it's over here. All right, so we're back here. All right, so we got this. All right. So I got simulator, failed to connect, explicit nil. Oh. Fix for the front end. I'm not even worried about the front end right now, dude. Well, currently there's no difference between streamer key and user ID. I do eventually hope to put a streamer key into the system on the Mongo side, and then we'll start pulling streamer key as a different thing. But currently they're the same thing. It's weird. It's weird that we had this going just a half a second ago and everybody was happy, and then all of a sudden they're not happy no more. User ID autofill. I don't care about the autofill. I mean, it doesn't matter what that is. I'm not reading the user ID anyway, but it's, I mean, at some point I might even want to bring back a user object. Because I'm thinking if people put in their user ID for the team name, it'll go get their team. And then when the team loads, it'll load up and show their user ID underneath it. It's like normally it'll just be a team. But if it's like your team, it'll have your user ID underneath it. And saying, you know, this is the V-Born Scorn belonging to Joe Blow streamer guy. Streamer watcher. I don't know. But not yet. I mean, I'll do that eventually. Right now, nobody has teams. There are no teams in there that belong to anybody except for me. And I got to put a lot more stuff in. I have to actually do a point where I'm going to be given at least a few days to putting just data into the system. I got to put player data in. I've got to put teams in. I got to create some game plans, basic stuff that's going to have to go into the system as a default, just so that we have the basics. I already put all the teams in, but I'm gonna have to do things like update those team names to the game names, and then I'm also gonna have to do a streamer, some default. I have to set it up so that when a new player comes in, there's a lot of little things that need to be worked out. We're not there yet, but slowly going to iron these things out, adding in more and more complex functionality, but we're not, hopefully soon. Adding an explicit nil check, using better error handling, adding more logging to help debug the issue, handling the issue, the case where game ID is empty. On the front end, hopefully we actually have a game always, but because it's going to create a game, so I don't know why we wouldn't have a game, but whatever. I'm going to be signing off shortly, just FYI. This is going to be the end of a very long session, a fairly decent sized session. When did I start? I want to say I started at 2-ish. So almost 4 hours? Is that right? Oh, has it been that long? No, it couldn't be that long. How long is it? That's only almost 3 hours. So it's not a bad stream size. Probably a little too long. I'm trying to get them down into bite-sized pieces. I may continue to work, but at 3-4 hours, it's a long time because I think those streams don't perform very well. So I need to figure out how to get things more concise. I'm actually thinking what I want to do. It's going to take so long, but I have to start going through some of my old streams, and I'm going to compress them and turn them into same videos. Compress them down to just stuff that kind of matters. Dump out all of my extra chit chat and all the extra garbage, and just bring them down into actual doing code stuff, and see if I can get, my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hour streams down into 1 hour segments, and hopefully maybe even cut out a lot of redundant going back and forths, and then just hopefully put in like the actual, I have the problem, here's where I got to the solution at the end. That's the dream. But it takes so long to edit stuff, and it takes me away from actually doing work on the actual app. So yeah, get simulator client, and then we do an explicit nil check again. I don't know why all this stuff is freaking out on me. Okay, game status, game info, and then we have error nil. Putting in some extra stuff here, which is going to be this guy. And then we have, if we couldn't find a game, return not found. Game info success. We have that, and then we have maps to the game session ID, which is fine. Game ID. Pass through a simulator. Pass through to simulator service. Game session response from simulator game session. Just trying to see what it's doing is actually changing anything. It's putting this game ID thing in here. I don't know if I care about that. Rest of the function. So is all this stuff new? Oh. Yeah, I guess it's updating this guy right here. And adding in this. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of overkill. But we'll see. Let's go to my streamer. We'll break it. And then go run. Likes to keep putting in more logging, which is fine. There's times for it, but sometimes I think it's overkill. Because it really gets hard to follow what's happening when you have like 1,000 lines of logging. Alright, so we're running again. Let's go see what this does. Alright, so we're back to that point for whatever reason. I don't know why that suddenly is up to the right spot, but so we got Dolphins and the Patriots. And then it goes to the 404 error. Okay, so we're back. We are back to getting this. All right, which is better for now. So I commented out most of the code in the GoSimGame.jsx just until I can get the navigation to that page correct. appears correct, but still getting a 404 error. Team 1, Team 2. Let's close this off. Go some game. Oh, that's true. I can't call it. I can't route to a JSX. That is true. I didn't even think about that. You can't route to a component. You have to actually make it a component of your source. All right. The GoSimGame.jsx is a component. So routing is probably not correct to do this. It should probably be a conditional component render on the same page.jsx in the simulator. That's right. I forgot. When you're using Next.js, you really only have it's all single page applications. So if I go to account, there's only one page in account, it's page.jsx, and every other thing in there is a component that would render on that page, either through conditions or they could be nested or whatever, but they're all components being rendered through other paths. So I need to correct how that's doing. So rerouting is not the way to get to this page. Okay, so yeah, we gotta fix stuff. So we're gonna go over to my GoSimGame, and this is gonna change. So we still use search params. I don't even know if we need to use that anymore. But the correct way to render this would be to pass in values, and these are gonna be set within, we're not even going to do this. Which is probably going to make the whole use search params go dead. And then I have my use effect here, which basically the same. Use team IDs to fetch game data and start the simulation. Use effect, team ID, that's fine. That's all good. I think. Sure. And then we'll put in this basic nonsense just for happiness. And then we're going to go control and we will get rid of this. There we go. That'll at least give me that. And now modify your page.jsx to conditionally render the appropriate component. Well, let's see, streamer game. If team IDs are provided, render the game simulation. Oh, really? That's all I have to do to make that work? Guess it would be, because it's just going to be set game up. You'll say, that's right, we're just doing all that. We're just replacing all that. So we're calling back to it. It's using it as a redirect back to itself. Is that good? I don't know. Is doing it with search params the best way to do it? So basically we're doing a redirect back to itself. Would it be better perhaps to just use a use effect that looks for a change, or maybe we're passing back the parameters? I don't know. I don't know what the best way to go about is. I mean, it might work. Always when you're not trying to navigate to a non-existent route. It maintains a single page component that handles all simulator states. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what happens here. We're going to try this. It is still using, I guess, search params. Don't know why. And what is it using search params for? To pull them out of the team ID? Huh. Well, what's it doing in the... Then in your streamer game.jsx, change how you handle the team information when both teams are ready. So we are pushing back. We're still pushing. Instead of using a separate route, use search parameters on the current route. But that's not a use effect. How does it know when it changes? Feels like it's not the greatest way to do this. I do think it's clean to have this, and that might be a good thing, but I still think it's kind of weird. It's one of those things that I feel like what's going to happen is I'm going to go... I'm going to be working one day with it and asking a question of AI, and Claude or something's going to go, this should be written this way. And I'm going to go, you're right. Because there's something off about this. It looks clean. It allows the thing to function exactly like I want. What version of things are we setting up? But then... we push back to here. So we're basically calling back to this page. And we just look to go, oh, well, this time we have these values. And we're going to go ahead and just load them up and load something different. Which, you know, is a thing. Okay, so, I mean, if it works, it works. It just, I feel like it's weird. No, we don't want that one, streamer game. And in your streamer game, change how you handle the information. Streamer in the streamer game.jsx. Fetch game status. Fetch game status is right here. Okay, so we're gonna say blah 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 if response starting, and we got these guys. Team 1, team 2, console log, router push. Really the only thing that's changing here is this router push. Push team. Use the simulator page. Still feels weird. I don't know. It feels kind of backwards to do it this way. Pushing back to the parent component, just, it's funky. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being goofy, and I'll eventually, it's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. You watch one of these days. One of these days, Alice. Bam, straight to the moon. Oops. Patriots and Broncos. Let's bring it back around to the home team. Boo on you. Blah. It's 7 o'clock. I'm going to take a break. I will get this fixed. I think we're really super close. I just want to get it to the basic, get my page up, and then I can start doing the fun stuff of actually getting the POC, or not the POC, but the simulator, throwing some crap back out at me. And hopefully it'll start looking a lot like the POC I have, but it's going to be fully rendered from the back end using functions that are all going to be providing the data to make it cool and interactive.